rule of order, consideration of the preliminary resolution letter for the removal of town manager that was dated June 25th, 2017.
I'm okay with that. I make that motion that we put that in.
I'll second it.
We couldn't hear you.
Will do.
Did you hear the town manager?
Even I can hear.
I'll repeat it. Thank you. I'm asking the town council if they would add an agenda item by suspending the Roberts Rule of Order for consideration of the preliminary resolution letter for the removal of the town manager that was dated June 25th, 2019.
And Nick made a motion, and I seconded it.
I have a question.
No?
No.
Any agenda item can be talked about to the public. It's in the charter.
We haven't even voted on it yet. To
Okay.
see if we're gonna put it on.
Okay.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous? Go ahead.
I want to know how you can do that when the charter says the agenda has to be posted 5 days prior.
Well, Rules of Order and Procedure for Mechanic Falls Town Council adopted November 5th, 2012. The town manager will draft the agenda. Matters which are not on the agenda may be brought before the council. Rules of Order and Procedure for Mechanic Falls Town Council adopted November 5th, 2012. The town manager will draft the agenda. Matters which are not on the agenda may be brought before the council only when the council votes to suspend the rules of procedure and add that matter to the agenda. That is 1-2 in the Rules of Order adopted.
So how does that supersede the town charter?
Well, that's a good legal question, but
It doesn't supersede the town charter. Town charter is voted on by the people.
I got a question, and this ain't gonna be pretty, okay? If this is supposed to be a legal matter, okay, how can we go to our legal lawyer, which has already given you guys wrong advice, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, he's been a lawyer, the town lawyer for a long time, and there's been advice given to you guys a long time, okay? So I think we need to probably find another lawyer, okay? I really
we're
do.
gonna go with the Rules of Order and Procedure for Mechanic Falls Town Council.
So you're going to violate the town charter is what you're saying right now.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Well, that's your opinion.
Town charter clearly states 5 days the agenda must be posted. 5 days. You posted and made this change 5 hours before the meeting. That's against the town charter. That's illegal.
Okay.
I would just say, and I, Paul, you can hear me. Oh, sure, not a problem. That's all right. It's, the town charter requires that agendas and meetings be publicized 5 days in advance. That's correct. The town charter also allows for the town council to set its rules as to its procedure that it follows within those meetings. Adding an agenda item is a very common thing on all kinds of meetings. And what is required is, as pointed out, is that they just suspend the rules and they add the agenda item by vote. The council has to vote to do that. That's the bylaws of the council, which are allowed under the charter to, the council's allowed to make its rules of procedure. That's in the charter as well. So they did post it, and just so everyone knows, the agenda that was intended 5 days before was posted. This change happened after that was posted, and that's why it's being done this way.
So you just made a vote on it, yet it's already on the agenda.
No.
So it was changed at noon time today, but you just voted to change it now.
They voted to add it to the agenda. They had to do it.
But it's already on the agenda.
Well, because they wanted people to know.
Oh, okay. So it's however you determine that you're gonna do it.
No, they wanted people to know.
We already know how you work.
So if you add something to the agenda and say it pertains to somebody that's not here, because you added it to the agenda.
That's the
how
reason
can
it's
they
supposed to
stand
be
up for
posted
it?
5 days in
How
advance.
can they stand up for themselves, or whatever? I'm just, yeah, let's move, we got a long
Oh,
night.
you bet
You're
it's gonna be a
one of
long
them.
night.
Look,
Public comment. Let's wait
We
for
wait
public
for
comments,
public
please.
comments.
Every agenda item can be commented on by the public. That's in the charter as well.
Is this item that you read, Wayne, is it included in the town charter?
yes, we can adopt our own rules. I didn't adopt this, the council did in 2012, and it's in the charter that they can adopt their own rules and procedures. Yes.
Do you know which one it is
Which one, what?
that you just read where it's included in the town charter?
Yeah, section 7, I believe.
Section 7?
I believe.
Okay.
Sorry, section 8,
Sorry, section 8.
but that's my question. In section 8, it states, I'm sorry, could I be recognized?
I'm not the chair.
Can I be recognized?
This is the last question for this.
In section 8, rules of procedure, journal, the council shall determine its own rules and order of business except as otherwise set forth in this charter. When it says except as otherwise, that means whatever the charter says is how you should go by. You can't change what your procedure is in your rules. You can change your demeanor, you can change the decorum, but you can't change what specifically is in the charter. Is that correct?
That's not how I read it, but I
Well,
guess
yeah,
that's
that's
how
what
you
it says here.
interpreted it.
Except, it's in the charter.
I don't
Am I,
interpret that.
am I incorrect? I'm just asking, am I incorrect in interpreting this?
Well, we're gonna use the rules of order and procedure that the town adopted
I
in
have a copy,
2012.
right, you wanna look at the copy?
No?
They don't care. They're gonna do what they want.
Okay, you wanna move on? Yeah.
Did we vote on them?
Yeah, okay. So, I would like to make a motion that we put the consideration of preliminary resolution for the rule of town manager ahead of everything else.
I'll second that, sure. I second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
I would like to make a motion to rescind the preliminary resolution that was dated July 25th, 2019.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous?
Finally, they did something right.
We'll move on to 4.1.
Sorry, I'm sorry, could you just clarify what that was? You just made a motion, it's a little bit more clarification.
The town manager is now, the way I understand it, the town manager is now not on administrative leave, and he should be back at work tomorrow.
Move on to 4.1, meeting minutes for July 8th. Motion. Meeting minutes for July 8th. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I approve the minutes of last month.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Department reports as submitted. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? There are no public hearings tonight. Comments from the public will be 30 minutes, 5 minutes each, and no more than 5 minutes. We have a long agenda.
Roger, up to 104 Riverside Drive. We've had some places in town that have been not up to code, okay? I've mentioned it to him a couple times, doesn't matter. Since he's been town manager for a month, I guess, or whatever it is, they're still not up to code, okay? And I can point out 4 places right now that it's not up to code, okay? Now, if it was my place, they'd be out there. How can you make somebody go by the rules when we have a code enforcer? First of all, it shouldn't be town manager because he can't do his job. Turn around and let all these things go. And I talked to one guy that has the problem, and he said he's talked to the code enforcer, and he said, let it go. Well, that's not fine with me, okay? I think we need to take a look at the code enforcer's job too, right along with everything else.
Yes?
Aaron Willis, 70 Summers Road, Mechanic Falls. In recent articles printed in the Sun Journal on Sunday, it stated that there was an illegal election that took place when Lou Anance removed himself, or was told that his term was up. Can anybody elaborate on that, and when you were told that information or discovered it? And second question is, why did the board at the time not choose to disclose that information to the taxpayers of this town, that there was a huge egregious error? And could you please elaborate?
I think it's because when we found out about it, and it was like, holy cow. And I'm sorry. When we found out about it, we were like, holy cow, how could that happen? And then what do? There's no precedence before it. And it was embarrassing. And Mr. Hackett was already on.
I understand the embarrassment, and I understand the error of how it could have happened, and there's no precedent. But could somebody please elaborate to why the town wasn't made aware of the error when it was made aware to you? Whose decision was it to not inform the public?
I'm not sure there ever was one.
The town was made aware that there was an error, correct? Everybody on the council?
The town manager was, and he called
That
MMA.
would be Zach Moore?
Yes, and he
Okay.
called MMA,
Okay,
as I'm sure you read in the
I did,
Lewiston paper.
I did.
Yep. And all I know is that last spring, there was 2 openings posted. I took out nomination papers, filled it out properly, and I got elected to a 3-year term.
Understand. In the Freedom of Information that was released by the Sun Journal, Zach's email was very clear to you folks saying there were 3 options on how to proceed, I believe. Can anybody determine, or tell me how it was determined not to tell the public that this error happened?
No, I don't think there was any conversation about that. I don't recall a conversation about that. Nothing was brought up about it.
Okay. In the last few minutes that I have on this, can anybody please explain why nobody's conscience thought it was important to tell the taxpayers of this town that an egregious error was made, and we were just numb to it?
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Did legal counsel know
Maybe.
that this error was made?
Maybe because they didn't want to embarrass the town clerk. Maybe. I really
So
don't
you're saying this
know.
was town clerk issue?
Oh, it was her responsibility. She's the election clerk.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she brings it forward to the town manager.
Understand. Was legal counsel aware of the error?
It says it in the newspaper it was.
He's right here. Were you made aware of this error?
You know,
My conversations with the board are with the board. You read the newspaper, if you've seen that.
This is your
The
opportunity to say that it was
I was never a part of, I'll tell you exactly what it was. The town manager sent me his resolution of doing it. And he asked me if that could be done, or what else could be done. He explained to me that everybody involved had been discussed, and people were agreeable to the way it had worked out. And that all they needed to do is to stagger the various terms differently to bring it all back into, so that it was in the correct order for various seats to come up. He did it all. He sent it to me. He asked me what I thought of it. I asked him, what else can you do? I don't know what you can do other than.
So, did you advise the town manager at the time not to disclose it to the town?
Never. I don't think anyone ever did. In fact, I think it went to the council, and the council ruled on it.
So may I ask you, if there's an illegal election that happens or a mistake that happens, should it be disclosed to the town?
That's an opinion that
That's a legal matter. We pay the taxes in this town.
I'm not aware of any ordinance or statute that would require the town to do that, if that's what you're asking. I'm not aware of any law that says you have to do that.
Okay.
But my understanding is that it was disclosed through the public process of the council knowing about it, being told about it, and acting on it. That was all done. It wasn't, I didn't do it. That was done by the town manager and the council.
So, I know John's new to the board, and I'm running out of time, so I apologize, but the board members that are present, was it ever put on an agenda item to disclose or discuss in open format for the public of how to proceed?
I don't recall.
So this was all done behind doors. This council made a decision behind doors without the public being aware of it being talked about.
You're putting words in our mouth.
No, I'm asking.
No, I guess if you went back and looked through the video recordings of 4 months ago, 5 months ago, whenever it was found out, I guess it might possibly be on that. I don't remember if he, Zach, turned the camera off or not. He's the one that turned it on and off. I really don't remember. I know there was a discussion about it because I think I said something to the effect of, well, then call Louis up and tell him to come back and I'll get off. And they called him and he said, no, never mind, I don't want to. So it just moved on from there.
If I might add also, that you used the word illegal. There was nothing illegal about the election. The election was done correctly. People took out the part. There was a mistake made. Somebody, whoever it was, whose job it was to identify who was going to be up for election, made a mistake. One of your employees, as I understand, I assume in good faith. I don't know. I've never heard any allegation that it was done to hurt anybody or to try to do anyone bad. There was a mistake made. It wasn't caught until after the fact. The elections were, in fact, legally run, and so there's nothing illegal about it.
So I was corrected on the term illegal. I apologize.
Well, because I think it disparages people who work hard and who aren't doing things illegal in here, and that's why I think it's
I guess my only issue is that it wasn't brought forth to the public. I apologize about using the term illegal. When an error is usually made, the public is made aware and a correction is made. Had the board come clean and said this was the error, this is how we're proceeding, and educated the public with clear knowledge of what the transparency was, this probably wouldn't come to light in such a manner. But where everything has happened, kind of behind closed doors, with whether Zach with his letter or anything, it seems very deceitful and very disconcerting that this has happened.